Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Danganronpa. Last we left off, we were about to head in towards the fifth and I guess final trial? I don't know.
Well, you are right.
God, this elevator's taking forever. Well, he was valuable. That's right. Sadly, he was much more of a hindrance at times. Oh, God. Sorry, I had to close a few things real quick, and there we go. Do I have to... Oh, my God. Well, it's very,
Well now!
interesting, I guess.
Shut the hell up! Hey! Yep.
Gonna show you these in my...
Alright.
Oh, great. He said that's it. Okay.
Now then. Viva killing!
It's time for the next trial, friends. Nagito. Yep. Okay. He's dead. But his true nature held a demented thought process. Nah, yeah, that's about right. Well, it's time to figure out who did, unfortunately. Well, Chiaki's the only one left on that panel. That's kind of depressing. Okay, let's get into the trial. Yeah, I guess we'll save progress even though I saved it in the elevator. I mean, what could possibly go wrong, right? Oh, do we have any additional... Oh my god, we have maybe a few points to... Well, that's pretty much all we really have, so I guess we'll get Delusion. Let's take a look at the truth bullets, maybe? Monokuma file. He died at noon sharp, had a lot of cuts, bruises, torture wounds, burnt rope, survival knife, and... Ugh. Blood on the left hand. For some reason, the splatter comes off in the middle of his palm. He was also on the back of his hand, a natural blood stain. Yep. Duct tape. Spear of Gungnir. Gungnir, oh god damn. The one with the rope attached, the plushie that somehow had a bloody hole in its stomach, a faint red line, that's pink. My Akuma panels, and the oil lighter, and the MP3 player, Sonia's account, saying that she tried out a bomb, but turned out to be fireworks. Monokuma's account knew all along the bombs were fake, however, he apparently never revealed the fact to anyone. Monami's handbook, notebook. According to Monokuma, Monami cannot write. Gas mask and gloves. Piece of blue paper. Monokuma's special poison. Apparently, it is heavier in the air, it breaks down in minutes, and is susceptible to hydrolysis. So it's possible for you to be poisoned by someone to death without any complications. Keep this liquid secure by storing it in a cool place. Yeah. And the file. It would help to identify who the traitor is. Alright, finish preparations. Let's go. All rise.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. Oh my, Monami? My cute little sister? You're awfully quiet. What's happened to you? You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon? Because you're a rabbit? Chesto! One more time!
Oh my god, are we...
How about this one? This will be my final blow! It's useless.
Please stop! I feel bad for Monomi.
You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monami. The class trial has started, after all. The victim this time is Nagito, who was attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake.
Okay.
Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious.
If he was killed for trying to reveal the traitor, that traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
No, that might not be it.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Wait. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
Oh my god.
Don't say something so stupid! There's no way in hell I'm the traitor!
Just shut up, Kazuichi. And you know what, Fuyuhiko, you need to calm your tits too.
Now that's more like it. Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
Traitor and the killer who murdered Nagito. Okay. Oh my god, we're going straight into it? Oh, Jesus. Okay, well... It's a lot of choices.
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up! I'm telling you, they were torturing him!
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito!
What?
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place.
Well, that could be worth it.
The suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
That
Based
was
on what?
Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
I have no fucking clue anymore.
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth
To shut him, I'm telling you.
I'm gonna
they
try
were
one
torturing
thing.
Nagito's body. It's because
the killer tortured Nagito!
So that's why he was so beat. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place.
This? Not it.
Damn it!
Oh my god, that takes out a lot more than I
Killer
thought
didn't
it would.
tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up! I'm telling you, they were torturing him!
I need to see something. Let's just... Torture wounds. Okay. Other ones do we have here?
The reason Nagito's
Oil
body
lighter,
was covered
torture
with
wounds, survivor knife,
It's
survivor
because
knife,
the killer
plushie.
tortured Nagito!
Oh, shit, there's just so much crap. This is really quite difficult. Monokuma panels. None of that really has to do with the whole torturing thing.
Oh,
I don't
So
fucking
that's
know.
why he was so beat up.
What were they trying to find out by torturing?
Definitely the bomb's hiding place.
Wait a
If
second.
so,
The suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
that was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence.
If they're
There's
trying to
no way
torture
I'd
him for
torture
questions
someone.
or answers, right? Why would they duct tape his mouth?
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
the reason Nagito's body
He was covered with
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
Let's try that.
No, that's wrong.
God, really? Oh, thank God I had no idea.
But Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything. If he was being tortured for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
I'm prepared.
Oh,
Ah, I just realized it. It's a trap.
Trap?
Stupid Hajime. You got caught in that trap.
I'm the one who's stupid. What do we have for selections? Torture wounds, burned rope, duct tape.
Like you said,
All right.
if Nagito's mouth was taped shut, you obviously assume he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap. He wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
I can't back down.
I'm not gonna win this. I know I'm not. Oh, thank God.
But if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention. This is how first the killer tortured Nagito and got information about. Then, after they killed him,
Then after they killed him?
Damn it!
Oh my God.
like you said, if Nagito's mouth was taped shut, you obviously assume he couldn't talk, right? But
What?
that was
Why?
the
Oh,
trap.
for fuck's sake.
He wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
I can't back down.
Oh my God, not again. My shakes button. Thank God. Alright, let's
tape his
take
mouth
this a
shut.
step at a time.
How is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention. This is how it went first. The killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location.
Okay.
Then, after they killed him,
After they killed him.
they duct taped his mouth shut.
Why would...
Whew, that was close, you guys.
Duct tape clearly
to
shows
me,
that he
you
was
guys didn't get caught in the trap.
brutally murdered. He was making
Pay
very...
attention. This is how it went
bad.
first. The killer tortured Nagito.
Like, he
and
looked
got
like he was in
information about the
pain.
bomb's location.
So I'm gonna go with duct tape.
Then, after
on
they
this one.
killed him,
Allow me to cut through those words.
No. There's no doubt Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he was beat up.
what did you say?
Who cares about the duct tape? We might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors.
We don't need to play a game. It's clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture even began.
Why do you always side with Hajime? Do you have a crush on him or something?
Will you shut up? God damn it. Are you in elementary
You
school
were
or
with
something?
us
That's
when I
about right.
peeled the duct tape off Nagito's mouth, right? The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
The blood on his face came from his arm wounds, which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
And the duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth. He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so we wouldn't be able to scream. Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
Okay.
However, if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity.
They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
A lot of people did.
Then, are you saying the killer was trying to make him suffer?
Oh my goodness.
If so, it's friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or something?
Definitely.
No, they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard. If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence.
The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
We can't think of any other reason.
But who could have done that? When the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse.
Yeah. And right after I opened the warehouse door, the flames started burning from the very back.
Yeah, well, we kind of already
Which
discussed
means
this.
It is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
The killer isn't one of us. But that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
Even if it was only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
Based on the pattern up until now, we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this.
Some kind of setup? Like what?
I do not know that, but that has been the pattern before.
That's our Miss Sonia. You have such an amazingly high intellect. Alrighty then, let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks. Is that okay, Miss Sonia?
Oh my god. If you just want to bone her, just ask nicely, okay?
Damn
Seriously.
right it is!
Well, I have one idea of how this might have worked. So let's just see how, if it actually Monokuma panels. Come on, we need that. Ah, it's there. Okay, good. Now we need someone to actually say something either against or for it.
The
Monomi's
direct
kind of
cause the
scaring
fire
me.
was the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
Yeah.
The killer used some kind of setup. He lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Some
What's
kind of
up?
setup?
You still
Did
ignoring
they
me?
use the oil as an improvised fuse?
They probably just threw the lighter.
Based on the shape of that oil lighter, it can stand upright while the flame is lit.
If they tipped over the lighter in some way, it could have ignited the curtain.
Wow, that
Some
one's...
way?
Maybe they used invisible thread.
No.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
Or
Are you high?
perhaps opening the door caused
There we go.
intense wind pressure to tip over the lighter.
Nah. I'm pretty sure it was the door in the
The
Monokuma
direct cause
panels.
of the oil lighter found at the
That was the first thing I noticed, and the only thing I've noticed about this case.
They probably just
for
threw
the
the
most
base on the
part.
shape of that. It can stand upright. If they tipped over the light, it could have ignited the... Some way? Maybe they used invisible...
There should have been a way to tip it over with...
Or perhaps
Opening the door?
Oh, worth it.
I also agree that opening the door is what started the fire.
just as I thought, it was the wind pressure. A dust devil blown here from glorious Japan.
Not quite.
No, not wind pressure. They probably used the Monokuma panels.
You know, those
A
things.
huge number of tipped-over Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene, right? It looked like they were scattered everywhere, but some were laying on top of each other in a single line. Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
Does that mean anything?
The killer probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect.
Oh, right. I knew it.
Domino effect. You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over?
Yep.
In place of
that
those
would be about
tiles,
right.
the killer used the Monokuma panels. So when we opened the warehouse door, the first panel toppled into the second. And from there, they fell like dominoes until they reached the lighter at the end.
But wouldn't it be obvious that those big panels were falling over?
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
So the reason the warehouse was dark was to hide the domino effect.
Interesting. I
And
don't
one
know where
more
this is
thing.
going.
There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
Oh, I think I know. Well, let's see what options there are here. Oh, well, I can already guess, kind of. There was very loud music playing at that point, right? Okay, that's good.
You're talking about the MP3 player, right?
Yep.
That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse masked the sound of the falling panels.
Depressing crap. Yeah, he does, actually.
That's it. So the strange sound was actually the sound of the panels falling.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right? Looking back on it, it was also strange when we opened the door to the warehouse.
Well, Okay, the door was shut. Okay, I understand. She blew it open, yeah. With her...
Ah, so the door was being blocked by a Monokuma panel.
And when we opened the door, the domino effect started, and the falling panels eventually reached the lighter.
Yeah, and that's how the warehouse caught on fire. At least, that's how it looks.
You
Okay.
don't look so sure.
Ah, I hit the mic. Whoops.
At the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door.
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
But the blocked doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right?
What?
Is that a problem?
It's a major problem. I mean, that door was the only entrance to the warehouse.
Killer couldn't have left. They could have hidden inside. We couldn't take any merch. We couldn't see inside. Well, it's either they could have hidden inside or the killer couldn't have left. So let's do the good old meeny, miny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by its toe. If it hollers, let it go. Meeny, miny, mo. No? Neither they had. There was no way they could have escaped. That's right. Okay, so the only...
Crap!
That makes much more sense. Alright. Killer couldn't have left. We'll go with that one.
If the panel was so close to the door that it could barely be opened, the killer inside the warehouse wouldn't be able to leave, right?
Now that you mention it.
Does that mean they were hiding inside?
Who? We were all outside the warehouse, you know.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was used.
You don't have to think so hard. There's actually only one person who could have possibly done
No. You're telling me...
You don't mean...
Hajime? What do you mean?
Are you serious right now? Please, actually. Oh, God, where'd it go? The only person who could have done it was...
This is my answer!
Nagito.
What if it was Nagito?
Why'd you bring him up? He's the victim, you know.
He wasn't just the victim. Maybe.
Huh?
Not just the victim? What does that mean?
He was the victim, and he was the perpetrator too.
Are you saying this was a suicide?
He killed
Don't be
himself in the
stupid.
most brutal way? What the fuck?
His body was covered in torture wounds. Or did you already forget? Are you saying those were all self-inflicted?
But Nagito might do something like that, don't you think?
That's not the issue. He was tied up, remember? Even for a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, as long as you understand.
It seems we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up.
Need to discuss? That's not necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it, it's clearly impossible.
Well, okay, let's say that he tied himself up. 4 joints all tied up in one spot. There was a burnt rope in that portion, so maybe he did use that?
To actually tie up your own arms and legs.
Oh my god.
That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth?
Really?
Or if you use your front tail?
What?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
Yes, that is a dirty joke. But I doubt he had that much control. Most men do not.
To actually
Let's
tie
just...
up your own
Whoop.
arms.
I don't fuck... Really?
No, that's wrong. Hold on a sec. Isn't that premise flawed?
What? I mean, it's no mistake that his arms and legs were...
No, it shouldn't have been both of his arms. The rope on his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up.
That was just burned by the fire. He should have been tied up before then.
It burned because of the fire. Like you said, it might look like that. But that was
Basically-
part of the trap. There's concrete evidence that proves it.
It wasn't that burnt. Right? Right sleeve? And, like... don't fuck it. Okay,
see.
go. I just made a really nasty
Take a
sound.
close look at his right sleeve. Even though the rope was burnt up, his sleeve wasn't burned at all. Wouldn't you agree? A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural. That rope was burned in advance so it would look like it was burned in the fire.
Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up, right? He was able to move it freely, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that should be the case.
Hajime, that's awesome! I'll let you cop a feel if you want.
Okay, thanks.
Akane, you should not give it away for free. Make sure they pay you first.
Oh my.
That's definitely wrong.
Fine. I just gotta get a Benjamin from him before I let him touch me, right?
That's not what I meant. I'm talking about Nagito. I mean, even if his right hand wasn't tied up, the knife was still stabbed into it, you know?
Uh-oh.
It's impossible to stab a knife into your right hand with your right hand. Ah, that much is obvious.
Hajime, you tricked me! Give me back that Benjamin!
No, it's mine.
Hold on. There should be a way.
Then hurry up and spill it.
If it's something lame, I'll make you give back the Benjamin with 10,000% interest.
That's a lot of interest. Are you a bank now? I don't want to go to the Bank of Kane anymore. God knows what might happen. You won't want a loan from that. Although, if the interest actually applies to savings, wow, fuck yeah, that'd be cool. Alrighty, well, none of these make logical sense, from what I can see.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall,
That
could he
sounds
stab
good.
his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe
Well, he
he
is
propped
lucky.
the knife somehow
Interesting
and
as well.
slammed his right hand down on it?
Oh my
Propped
god.
it onto what?
If he just propped the knife, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
Give me back that Benjamin. No, it's mine. Stop pointing it out. Let's see here. Something
Even
that
if
could prop
Nagito's
it
right
up is
hand was
probably
free.
the good idea.
How could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
Okay, let me just... Huge hole. Oh my god. Okay, so let's... I think that might be it, but...
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Okay,
Maybe he propped the knife somehow?
I'm gonna try this. Let's go.
I agree with that.
Oh, thank goodness.
The life-sized Monokuma plushie. He must have used that to prop the knife.
He put it into the knife. He put the knife into the plushie beforehand to prop it up and then put it right by his hand and then proceeded to slam them. That just...
Makes
that's...
sense. That's why there was a big hole in the plushie's stomach.
That is horrible.
He inserted the knife handle into that hole to prop it up. Then he slammed his hand onto it. If that's it, he had to place the plushie near him. And it also explains the mysterious blood on the plushie.
So the blood on the plushie came from Nagito after he stabbed the knife into his own right hand.
Oh my god.
I see. So that's the trick.
But for a moment, I seriously thought Monokuma died or something.
A bleeding plushie is super scary. It's got the same fear factor as a doll whose hair grows too long.
What?
After stabbing his hand, he no longer needed the plushie, so he cast it off toward the fire's origin point.
He probably thought the fire would incinerate it and destroy the evidence.
So what do you think now, Fuyuhiko?
I get what you're saying about the wound on his right hand, but there's still one huge problem.
What's that?
The spear. Basically, you're saying Nagito committed suicide by impaling himself with a spear. If you think about the order, getting killed by the spear should have been the last thing to happen to Nagito. If that's true, how is that possible? He can't grab a spear with his right hand if a knife is stabbed into it and his left hand was all tied up.
Then he probably took the spear first, and as he endured the pain, he stabbed the knife into his right hand.
There is a limit to his constitution. If you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Let's not phrase it like that, please. Yeah, Kazuichi's already on it. I knew that was gonna happen.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch all that.
Like I said, if you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Say it one more time. I need to record it. For reasons.
No.
Hey, bastard, you better cut it out!
Like she said, in that condition, it's very difficult to stab yourself with a spear. It'd be hard to use a spear with a knife stabbed into your right hand while your left hand is tied up.
So you're saying it's impossible?
But no matter what I think, I can't believe Nagito's death was caused by someone else.
I also agree with that. To think that one of us could kill someone with such cruelty, I could never believe that.
You say you can't believe it? You just don't want to believe it, right? But that's why you keep getting betrayed over and over again, right? Same goes for this time, too.
You just shut your mouth. It's against the rules to interfere with everyone. If you even think about doing anything, I have a plan of my own.
Monome's sassing me.
I know, it's crazy, right? She's
But it's just as Monokuma said. We've been betrayed over and over again so far. So this might also be the same. Calling this a suicide takes too much for granted, and it's too convenient.
Then are you saying there is a killer among us, Kazuichi?
Of course that doesn't include Miss Sonia and me.
As Kazuichi said, it's true we've been constantly betrayed. But even if I'm betrayed again, I still want to believe in everyone. No matter how many times I may be betrayed, I still want to believe in everyone.
I also want to believe that there's no killer, but suicide is unimaginable.
Do you really think so?
But you said it too. It'd be impossible for him to stab himself with a spear in his condition.
Oh my god, I just had an idea. Okay. I'll roll with that.
I did say difficult, but I never said impossible. I feel that there's some way he could have stabbed himself with that spear.
What kind of way?
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's impossible to figure out by myself. So let's think about it together. That's how we made it this far up till now.
Everyone working together.
Oh god, I'm gonna be bad at this, aren't I?
All right, let's do this.
Okay, well, none of those look very good.
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear? Let's work together and think this through.
When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
He was only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Then that rules out his left hand. If that's
Really?
the case, the only other
That
way
seems
is...
very specific.
He used his teeth?
Will you
Or
stop
maybe he used his
suggesting
front
that?
tail.
Oh my
I know
god.
guys have tails that get hard when they're grabbed.
What are you saying?
A blushing Miss Sonia is freaking awesome!
Okay, well, I'm gonna just go with the obvious here.
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear?
His left hand
That's
wasn't a
what you did when
variable,
the
so let's
spear
go
stabbed
with
his
the
right
only
hand
thing
was
that has
covered by the
left
knife,
hand
right?
in it.
He was only able to move it, but his left hand was also...
And that rules out his left hand.
Also, his left hand
No,
had
that's
weird
wrong.
blood splatters.
Hold on. It's still too early to dismiss the possibility that he used his left hand.
Why? I mean, his left hand was tied up, you know?
But there was something off about his left hand. The bloodstain on the palm of his hand. Don't you think it looked somewhat strange? He only had blood on the lower area of his palm. Beyond that point, the bloodstain suddenly cuts off, right?
When the blood splattered, that's as far as it reached, right?
That settles the description of that bloodstain, but it's not the only unnatural bloodstain. Look, there's blood on the back of his hand, around the middle joints of his fingers.
Like you said, it looks like an unnatural bloodstain, but what's wrong with that?
We might need to think and use our imaginations for a bit. If there's blood on his palm and the back of his hand, what was his left hand doing as the blood splattered?
The backhand was exposed, open. Gripping is the only one that really makes logical sense there. So
When the
we'll
blood
go with that.
splattered, he was probably gripping with his left hand. That's why there's such a strange-looking bloodstain on his palm and the back of his hand.
Was he grabbing his front tail?
Will you shh up about that? Jesus.
Perish the thought! He was obviously grabbing the spear.
I don't think so. I think what
Now
he
that you
did.
mention it, compared to the rest of his body, the wounds on his left arm are pretty mild. He probably made his wounds mild on purpose, so he could keep his strength while he gripped the spear.
But even if he held the spear with his tied-up left hand, it'd be impossible for him to stab himself.
No, I'm pretty sure I know how he did it now.
Hey, Chiaki, what do you think? Hey, don't tell me you're getting sleepy.
At times like this, you should always strike from a good angle, just like fixing an old TV.
Oh, I got it. Maybe.
Really?
Yeah, like I thought. It's no mistake that Nagito was gripping the spear. However, what's important is what section of the spear he was gripping.
Yes, I think so too. I think he was gripping the cord.
I see! That's it. Instead of the handle, Nagito must have been holding on to the cord. There was a metal weight at the tip of the cord, but there were bloodstains on that part too. Plus, the joint between the weight and the cord had a bloodstain shaped like it was cut off by something.
Isn't the size of that cut-off section about the same size as a human fist?
Ah, you're right. So this is the part Nagito was gripping, huh?
Yep.
And then the blood that was supposed to end up here.
What I think he did is that he took the spear, hung it above himself, put it around that portion of the ceiling, and just held on to it until eventually it was time for him to kill himself.
Ended up getting on Nagito's left hand.
But why is it so important to know which part of the spear he was gripping?
You're not gonna say he gripped the tip of the cord, swung the spear around, and stabbed himself, right?
That is where the clue to solve this mystery resides. Right, Chiaki? I am sorry. Of course this mystery will not be solved that easily. It seems we are stuck. Shall we have tea time?
I like tea. Let's go. Let's do it.
At a time like this. How about we stick to the plan to think one step at a time instead of expecting the answers all at once?
That's a long plan name.
One step at a time. What does that mean?
Let's focus on the spear first. Namely, where it was and how it was positioned just before it impaled Nagito.
Okie dokie
How
then.
it was positioned.
Alright, let's... Is this what I think it is? Is this that... Oh god, it's the dive thing, isn't it? Oh, yes it is. Okay, I'm prepared to suck. I think I have enough of the controls at least. I believe that's... Yeah, that's break. This is jump. Okay, good. I need to recall every time because I'm always kind of nervous about it. Oh, fuck you. Really? Where the shit did that come out of? Oh god, they are popping up out of nowhere. Oh god. Alright. Question 1. Where was the spear just before it impaled Nagito? Above Nagito. And my keyboard is freaking out. Having to press the button to make sure it doesn't, freak out. What the fuck are those? Those are new. Oh god, they move. Ah, son of a fucking bitch. Oh, please no. God fucking, those are really bad. Okay, some of them have different movements, but that really pisses me off. Oh my god. Besides the spear, what else was involved? A ceiling glider, girder, I'm sorry. Glider. I'm pretty sure this is right. Please be right. Oh, thank god. Oh my god. Do it again on this side. No, there's gonna be one of... Son of a bitch! They have their own little movement paths. It's so stupid. Like, okay, there's 3 questions here, so that's cool, I guess. I'm gonna try to avoid these things as much as possible because they suck. I also suck, but that's just a different thing altogether. Question 3. The spear's cord. We'll go with this one and hope that's right. Oh, thank God. Oh, shit. Oh, cool, we made it. Whew. Alright.
It's all coming together. The spear impaled Nagito as he was laying face up. It must have been perpendicular to him just before that.
Perpendicular? In the middle of the air?
Yeah.
If Nagito did that all by himself, did he have some sort of ESP?
Sonia, really?
That'd be awesome, but he probably used the ceiling girder directly above him.
Nagito probably slung the cord over the ceiling girder, and using that as a support, he hoisted the spear directly above him. And if Nagito let go of the cord, the spear would have fallen and impaled him while he was laying face up.
I noticed a slight red streak on the ceiling girder. It probably got smeared there during the setup.
It's not red, though. It's pink. It's
The
pink.
blood on the cord probably rubbed off on the ceiling girder as the spear was falling. So, how about it? Using this method, Nagito could have impaled himself with the spear.
He killed himself. That is just... What?
Are you serious?
I don't even know. How did he...
Really committed suicide? Like that?
He probably chose that spear so he could commit suicide like that. If someone else did this, there's no reason they'd go to all this trouble just to kill someone with a spear.
I agree. When I was investigating this case, I kept thinking over and over how strange it was. Why did the killer use the knife and the spear so differently?
So you're saying he needed to use that spear to pull off his trick?
Then, this is for real? He really committed suicide? Every single wound on his body. That was all him?
Not just that, He did all that while he was gripping the spear? That spear should not have stabbed Nagito until the very end. Which means Nagito wounded himself while he was gripping that spear, right?
My
Did he
god.
put the duct tape on his mouth, too?
He probably covered his own mouth so we wouldn't hear him screaming in pain.
Did he need to go that far? That's beyond crazy. Why would he do that to himself?
He was probably trying to get us to make a mistake. By committing a suicide that looked like a murder, he was trying to steer us toward the wrong answer. His goal was to get us all executed.
Wow. You know, even after death, he's still a colossal douchebag.
And that's why he stabbed himself over and over again?
Did he want us to die that bad?
That's messed up. That's seriously so messed up.
Yeah, that's our Nagito.
Good God.
However, there is one thing I still do not understand. He said he would reveal the traitor, right?
Avast, virus.
Really,
database has
Avast?
been
Really?
updated.
God damn it. I turned you off. Why do you keep doing that? Avast is part of the whole murder thing now. Just so we're clear.
Whatever became of that?
He was probably planning to kill the traitor along with the rest of us.
So why did he not just do that in the first place? If he had no qualms with killing everyone, he did not have to cause a bomb scare to reveal the traitor.
I bet the bomb scare was part of the strategy behind this trick. He made us split up and search for a bomb so none of us would have an alibi. He created a scenario where any of us could have killed him.
He tried to make us doubt each other and tried to hide the truth behind his suicide.
Did he cause a bomb scare for that reason alone?
He's a fucking bastard who killed himself for his delusions of grandeur. It's not that unthinkable.
You are right, I suppose.
Yeah, it appears we've come to a conclusion. Bastard Nagito committed suicide. It was all done by him so we'd be executed.
That should be okay, right? Right?
What? You're not satisfied yet?
No, I agree that Nagito killed himself, but I feel like there's something that doesn't make sense. It's probably just my imagination.
So what are you gonna do? Is it okay to proceed with the voting time?
I don't know. This doesn't seem right.
What do you think, Akane?
Well, there's no doubt Nagito's death was a suicide. Oh well, I guess my gut is wrong sometimes.
You are right. It is not as though we can draw any other conclusion.
I don't know about that one.
Then it's okay to end it here, huh? That means we're done with this last class trial and we can leave this island, right? It's okay to read such a happy ending, right?
Then it's okay? It's okay to say, you've decided on the killer? Understood. Then voting time.
No, hold on a sec.
Hold on. Why?
Sorry, just a little more. I want you guys to wait just a little more. I can't help but feel like there's still something we overlooked.
Like who the traitor is?
But the issue here is who killed Nagito, right? Even if we identify the traitor, the conclusion won't change.
That's true, but
The mystery isn't just about who the traitor is. No matter how you look at it, Nagito's death is a suicide. But I'm a little worried, you know? I'm worried about starting the voting time while there's still a mystery.
Hey, what do you mean it's not about who the traitor is? What kind of mystery is left?
There's just one thing that doesn't make sense, and it relates to Nagito's death. Plus, it's something even Nagito couldn't influence. He couldn't even tamper with the evidence for it.
Oh my god, is that...
You're gonna keep going? Here I thought we were finally finished.
Well, the only piece of evidence that I can think of is the Monokuma file. I mean, the spear, the plushie, the girder, and all of these other things he already had. There was only one thing he couldn't.
I see! Is it about the Monokuma file?
Yeah, that's it.
Huh? There was something suspicious in the Monokuma file?
A little bit. I don't believe they actually give what killed him. Oh, well, speak of the devil, cause of death. I can already tell you that one. Oh my god. This one's really bad, Jesus Christ! I need a U. Why was I trying to do that? Now I need an E. Oh my god, that hurts so fucking much. Stop it. Oh my god. Oh. I need an O. I need an F. Oh my god, stop killing me. Oh, Jesus. Oh. This is horrible. I need an A now, please. No. Oh my god. Fuck, this is horrible. There's just too much shit to get rid of. It's just horrible. Oh my god. So I'm just gonna try and focus on getting rid of everything and then hope an H shows up like that one and end it. Come on.
I got it! In this particular case's Monokuma file, there's no specific cause of death.
Yep, there was none. That's really suspicious.
Isn't that weird? Until now, the files always specified the cause of death.
This is not
But
good.
the cause of death is obvious, is it not?
Not to
The
anyone
spear
who
on
would look
Nagito's
at this.
stomach. It is obvious just by looking at it that it was a cause of death.
Maybe it's not included if it's not important enough to write about.
Well, Monokuma,
I plead the fifth!
There he goes again! I'm so appalled that I have nothing to say.
But even during Gundam's case, and before during Mikan's case, the thing he purposely omitted from the Monokuma file was always the most important mystery in the case.
Are you saying that applies this time too?
Hold on a sec. Then, are you saying there's more to Nagito's death? Are you suggesting, again, that his death wasn't a suicide?
You guys were the ones who said it was a suicide in the first place.
No, I don't think it's a mistake to call Nagito's death a suicide, but it's not just a suicide. Come to think of it, did Nagito really commit suicide just to get us all killed?
are you sticking up for him?
Not really.
That's not what I meant. I mean it in a bad sense.
Bad sense?
I just remembered that his malice always defied our expectations, and that concerns me. For example, would that malice just end here?
Huh?
Did Nagito's malice drive him to risk his life for a truth we'd reach this easily? I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about, you know?
How interesting! You sure do believe in Nagito, huh? Because you believe in his malice, you continue to suspect his malice.
Well, to be fair, he was one fucked up dude.
I see. I guess that's what passes for friendship these days.
Of course.
What friendship?
What should we do, you guys? Should we proceed with the vote? I think we should keep going until everyone is satisfied, even if it's just to be safe.
You're right. We only get one chance to vote after all.
Just to be safe, huh? Guess I have no choice. If that's the case, I'll do my best to go along with it.
This is friggin' annoying. But if you guys say you're doing it, there's no way I'm gonna back out.
Alright.
Hey, Monokuma! You heard us. The voting's gonna have to wait!
We've come this far. Let's work hard till the very end. If we work together, everything should be all right. That's what I believe.
Aww. Splendid. You guys are so splendid right now. That's right. If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you.
Well, Monokuma, what do you have to say about that? I'll just laugh, okay. Intermission? Yeah, intermission. Oh, goody.
No!
Man, my heart was racing like crazy when I thought the voting was gonna start, but... Well, if you think about it rationally, there was no way it was gonna happen. We haven't done this bit yet. Most of the players probably figured that out too. You're the only one who didn't know. Isn't that right, Monami? Hey, how much longer are you planning to sulk? Let's get along with... let's get along like we always do, yeah, right. Alright, you passed. Friendship is measured by how long you can stand in silence when you're all alone with someone else. So, Monami are the bestest of best friends. Don't say such stupid things. I hate you so much right now, wow. Besides the fact like you snapped at me like that, I don't trust you at all. Not even a teensy tiny wow bit, okay. 1 millimeter bit, I guess. Distrusting your friend is much more shameful than being betrayed by a friend, you know. We aren't even friends. We weren't even friends in the first place. Well, aren't even friends. Then as your older brother, let me say this. You're not even my brother. It's sad to live a life without friendship. That's even what's even sadder than watching a high school rom-com full of guys. Well, yeah, there may still be demand for that. I fell for it. I took the man bait. Oh god. She took the man bait. I guess we'll just... Okay, class trial interrupted then, I guess. And back to this again.
I'm Monami. By now, there's nothing more for me to say.
Okay.
Anyway, my chest is full of pride right now. Everyone is united against despair. They're totally awesome. That's why I'm gonna fight too. I will fight the only way I can. I'm gonna show that guy my fearsome retaliation. That's basically it.
You're not gonna remind me to save?
Together, where do we start? With the cause of death missing from the Monokuma file?
Why don't we try removing all our preconceived notions before we discuss this? In the beginning, our discussion advanced by assuming Nagito's death was caused by the spear. It's better to confirm if there are any other possibilities. That's what I think.
Other possibilities. Huh.
The only thing I
If
can
something
think of.
other than the spear killed Nagito, all I can think of is the knife stabbed into his hand, but...
That was definitely a gruesome wound, but it wouldn't be the fatal wound, don't you think?
If you think the cuts on his legs and left arm aren't the fatal wounds...
Are we finished already?
I feel like... it's possible that we overlooked something.
Then let's bring up whatever we can think of, one after the other. That might clear some things up.
Exactly! We should cooperate at a time like this.
Oh my god. The only thing I can think of is the poison, but alright, let's see.
Let us consider a different fatal wound.
It's not the knife in his right hand, right? It's not the other wounds, right?
With all those wounds,
Ugh.
maybe he simply bled to death.
There's no way he burned to death.
Was the cause of death something that cannot be seen?
Poison can't be
If it's
seen.
something that can't be seen, maybe he choked himself with a sleeper hold. Or liquefied his guts with a body blow.
What?
Just thinking about it, that's already a horrible death.
Yeah. Alright.
Let us consider a different. It's not the knife in his right. It's not the other wounds. With all those wounds, maybe he simply bled. There's no way he was the cause of
Death something that cannot be seen?
I agree with that.
We'll go with that. Yeah, I'm good with it.
That's it. I totally forgot about that possibility. If the cause of death was something we can't see, then we have to consider poison as a possible method.
Poison?
It is true that poison is not something we can see, but why did you bring that up all of a sudden?
I remember, when I went to investigate Nagito's cottage, I discovered something really strange. Inside the refrigerator, I found a bottle of Monokuma's special poison.
Poison?
Additionally, that's a poison made specifically for killing. I see. Now that you mention it, there's no way a toxin like that doesn't relate to the case at all.
If poison was the cause of death, it would not leave an obvious wound on Nagito's body.
However, it's common for blood blotches to appear on a body that's been poisoned.
I see. You sure seem to know a lot about medicine.
Well, let's not ask the ultimate Yakuza about how he kills his enemies, okay?
What does that mean?
But, even if blood blotches appear, if the body was already covered in blood, there's no way we'd notice them easily, right?
Did he wound his body just to camouflage them?
That's also a possibility.
But still, both of Nagito's hands were full. So how would he drink poison?
His left hand was tied up and gripping the spear, and his right hand had a knife stuck in it.
If it was a slow-acting poison, it is possible he consumed it in advance.
No, the warning label on the bottle explicitly states the effect is instant.
Then it's impossible. Both his hands were full just before he died.
And this is when the hardtail appears.
Oh my god, shut up about that, please.
You're totally overvaluing that tail.
His mouth was covered with duct tape, you know. If he wanted to drink poison, how'd he get it past his lips?
If there's no way he could have drank the poison, it might be impossible. Just kidding. It's not like we're out of possibilities yet.
Are there any left?
Hell no! No matter how you slice it, he was totally killed by that spear.
Since we've already ruled out so many possibilities, it might be easier to think about what really killed him. Operation Elimination Method. The hint should be written on the poison's warning label. Maybe.
No, I already have an idea. Let's see here. It specifically mentioned gas. You know, it could be turned into gas via the air, from what I understood at least. And that it also was that it would be instantly, well, not instantly, but cleared away pretty easily by water. So sprinklers would be a good way to get rid of that. Oh shit! That was a dick move, game. It's definitely a hard-ass logic dive, Jesus. Okay, checkpoint, question 1. Well, as I said previous, it's either gas or liquid. I'm gonna go with gas for now. Okay, good. Oh shit. Are we doing that again? You guys like doing that formation quite a bit. Does that mean? Oh shit! That. Oh. Uh oh. Okay, good. I was. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't like that. Please stop that. Fuck. Ah. Shit. I am losing so much life in this trial. This is ridiculous. Fuck. Okay, let's take it slower now, maybe. This is really a dick move. I don't like this one bit. God, this is really nasty. Please stop doing that. Okay, thank you. There's only 2 questions this time, apparently. Well, I don't think he could breathe it. Oh god, no! Fuck you. Seriously? Through his nose, I guess. I guess through his wounds might be possible, but I'm pretty sure that would require, like, it being on his skin. Okay, good. I'm not completely insane. Whoa, spiral formation. Okay, up, jump. Up, jump. Yeah. Oh, we did it. Cool.
It's all coming together.
Oh my god.
What if instead of drinking the poison, we assume he inhaled it?
Inhaled?
It's written on the poison's warning label.
And takes effect. Please handle with care. The liquid is dangerous when vaporized. Yeah. Turns into
Dangerous
gas.
when vaporized. In other words, breathing in the gas is fatal.
Poison gas! Then all he had to do was breathe it in through his nose!
He breathed that poisonous gas inside the warehouse? But if poisonous gas had spread throughout the warehouse, why didn't it kill us?
The sprinklers, probably. It gets rid of... Yeah, the
I
sprinklers.
see! The sprinklers in the warehouse. Thanks to those, we didn't inhale that poison gas.
Well, lucky us, right? Jesus.
The poison gas disappeared because of the sprinklers? It wasn't the fire?
Well, this was also written on the poison's warning label.
In gaseous state, is heavier than air. It breaks down in minutes and is susceptible to hydrolysis. It's also possible for you to poison... If it's possible, so it is possible for you to poison someone to death without any complications. You know, typical things.
Of course! Hydrolysis! The chemical bonds that form the poison were broken down by the water from the sprinklers!
Also, the poison is apparently denser than air, so it probably didn't affect us because we were standing.
But Nagito was laying down, so he must have breathed in a whole bunch of it, huh?
If it meets the requirements that well, maybe it's not just a possibility anymore.
Yeah, the true cause of Nagito's death was poisoning. The wounds on his body, the spear in his stomach, it was all to keep us from learning the truth.
So what?
Huh?
We figured out that Nagito died from poison, but so what? In the end, it doesn't change the fact that he committed suicide, right?
Nagito inhaled
Oh,
the poison
whoops.
he prepared and died. Yeah, that still sounds like a suicide.
Well, with this, we have a clearer picture. We've also determined the true cause of death. All right, all the mysteries should be solved now. We should get on with the voting time, right?
I don't...
Well, but
What? There's still more?
Hey, what happened? There's no reason to wonder about that stuff anymore, you know.
Oh my god, where is this going? Are you saying he
There
didn't...
might have been an accomplice.
Chiaki, what did you just say?
If Nagito committed suicide by inhaling poison that he brought, then why wasn't there anything that looked like poison at the crime scene?
Anything that looked like poison?
Well, the container was
If
pretty...
Nagito brought poison to the warehouse, it's strange that we couldn't find it there.
Oh, well, a container. Okay, we'll go with that.
Are you talking about the container the poison was kept in?
Yeah. If Nagito brought it, it's strange we couldn't find that container anywhere, right?
He can't carry around poison without putting it in a container?
It also needs to be chilled.
Yeah, that was written on the warning label.
Cool place. Oh, hey. Glass or plastic container away from sunlight. Uh-oh.
The container probably melted in the fire.
It's probably plastic or glass, right? There's no way it'd completely incinerate.
I just
Even the
realized
plastic
something.
fragments of the fire grenades we used to put out the fire didn't completely burn up, you know?
There's a lot of mention of plastic here.
Then, does that mean someone got rid of the container?
So that's why you mentioned an accomplice.
That is impossible! I mean, an accomplice? It is just too...
Like, does that really matter all that much? I mean, even if he had an accomplice, it doesn't change the fact that Nagito still committed suicide.
You're right. Someone might have accidentally took it away from the crime scene.
Ah, you're right! You're totally right! That's totally it!
Right? Isn't it okay to close this case yet? I'm not in the mood for unexpected twists.
That's no good.
Huh?
I feel like Nagito is seeing through us. By calling this Nagito's suicide, we're trying to take the easy way out so we don't hurt anyone else. But if Nagito was here right now, he'd probably be sneering at us. He'd probably say something like, "So that's the extent of your hopes."
So Nagito's ghost is whispering to you, huh?
Oh, good lord.
The power of friendship bursts beyond death, huh? A fiery outcome like this is right out of a teen manga. Still, that's pretty messed up.
Shut up! You just be quiet.
I get what you're saying, but in the end, the reason he died is still the same as before, right? Even if we solve this mystery, the conclusion won't change at all.
I mean, it'd be a suicide regardless, right?
Even if there really was an accomplice, is there any reason we should take the time to figure out who it is? Like Fuyuhiko said earlier, it is possible that somebody accidentally removed the poison from the crime scene.
But I just can't imagine ending this by turning our backs on the truth.
It's fine, okay? There are some things we're better off not knowing. And we probably just didn't notice it. Like maybe the container was hiding with the fire grenade fragments.
Oh my god.